Defending Chapter 139, the horrid Eren confession panel scene. I blame this all on Mikasa and I will explain at the end. Based on the controversy this chapter gained, I observed the fandom's reaction, those who were actually attempting to defend Eren, and came with the conclusion that you guys think Ishiyama may have wrote this scene to showcase that Eren still has humanistic characteristics, referring that he's still that whiny, nagging character we've seen in previous seasons. I'm going to explain why we should throw that theory outside the window and just accept this was a product of bad romance writing. Emphasis on romance. I am in no shape or form attacking Ishiyama's overall genius writing skills. The sudden shift from hero to villain has made readers convinced that Eren is two different characters, but Eren is the same character he was from Season 1 till Chapter 139. Eren's character revolves around his core belief that if someone tries to take his freedom, he won't hesitate to take theirs first. This core belief was first activated when Armin approached aboard Eren, staring at the walls, wondering when something would happen, and told him about the outside world from a book his parents died trying to obtain. There were such vast lands, water, and fire outside the walls that they couldn't see or enjoy. It was at this moment Eren realized for the first time he wasn't free. I noticed that I had been living in a birdcage all this time, and that these freakish things had taken my freedom. The world was so big, but they'd forced me into a tiny cage. And when I realized that, I knew I could never forgive them. He acted on his core belief far before his mom died, but when he actually murdered 2 grown men at the age of 9 was the first time Eren had acted on his belief. He disguises himself as an innocent boy who got lost in the forest for them to let him in, and then brutally stabs 2 of the kidnappers. There were no environmental factors that influenced him to behave this maliciously, as there was still peace within the walls at this time. There were also no direct trauma in his end. It was Mikasa, a girl who he had never met, kidnapped, not him. The only factor that influenced him was his core belief. He was going on about fighting. Fight. You have to fight. If you win, you live. If you lose, you die. If you don't fight, you can't win. Eren said that because he couldn't stand someone's freedom being forcefully taken away from them, which is what led him to take away someone's life for the first time. This was the beginning of Eren's terrifying core belief that led him to his own twisted version as to what he believes freedom is. You can also see this core belief in Season 1, where Armin tried to wake up a collapsed Eren by asking him, "Why do you want to go outside the walls?" despite knowing how dangerous it is, taking in Armin's parents died trying. He responded by getting extremely angry. What type of question is that? The outside world is my birthright. The scene drew a line between Armin's dream and Eren's dream. Armin, just like his parents, desired to see the outside world out of curiosity. Eren desired to see the outside world simply because he was born into it. It was his birthright. He desired this so much that he wouldn't hesitate to kill anything that stood in his way, or it would make sense to say he wouldn't hesitate to kill anyone who stood in his way as the show continued on. That's because Eren's core belief never changed. The show itself did. From Season 1 to 3, it was a cause and effect type of show. These titans are killing me, so I'm gonna kill them. However, when he figured out that these titans were being sent to kill them, the show changed. Who was now the enemy? Eren had to shift his core belief and use his ideology now on humans instead of titans. You can see him use it to justify murder too, when he expressed to Reiner that he keeps moving forward until he destroys his enemies. Eren kept moving forward with the belief that if someone took his freedom, he won't hesitate to take theirs, now that he realized titans were not taking away his freedom, but the outside world itself was. To further understand that Eren from previous seasons is the same Eren as villain Eren, I will use AOT Multi-Universe as an example. This manga can help understand Eren's character better, and was even proven canon when Ishiyama placed the scene of Goth Mikasa in the paths.
Had that dream about the zombies. I haven't been able to stand this boring life where nothing happens. Of course, humanity isn't in danger of being annihilated. It's impossible. A dream that ridiculous would never... No, wait. If the danger doesn't exist, then I could just cause it myself. A threat to all of humanity.
He was a regular high school student until one day a virus spreads creating zombies oppressing the human race. Eren angrily starts killing the zombies until he wakes up and realizes it was all a dream. He starts to cry out of disappointment. Instead of remaining disappointed that the dream wasn't real, he starts to fantasize about making it real, creating a danger so bad that it would be a threat to all of humanity. What we could take away from this is that Eren needs to be in a constant state where he is oppressed and is fighting for his freedom, regardless of who suffers in the process, because he is a selfish and honestly terrifying character. Ishiyama could have not written the panel in chapter 139 to show Eren's humanistic side from his villain side if there was never a differentiation between the two to begin with. That annoying, nagging Eren is simultaneously the same Eren capable of genocide. This leaves with the mere fact that it was poor romance writing skills. Now, I'm not gonna come for Ishiyama's romance skills because Yuri and Historia remain one of my favorite love stories in all anime, but when it came to writing romance for the main characters, it felt rushed. Armin and Annie are a prime example. Their romance was not only rushed but random. It felt like it came out of nowhere. There were no previous scenes that built up their relationship for viewers to even be excited enough to see them together. I watched the boat scene with a straight face because there was nothing to be excited about. Rather, it was just confusing. When did Armin develop feelings for her? Are we sure this isn't Breathworth's influence? When did Armin show interest in her pre-inheriting the Colossal Titan? Never. Also, time and place. It was rushed and felt like something I shouldn't be seeing. I think the same thing that happened to Armin and Annie happened to Mikasa and Eren's love story. I never liked Mikasa's character because I felt like her potential was being wasted by having her character obsess over a male. We see this curse happening with many female characters in anime, like Sakura from Naruto. Mikasa could have easily been the Ackerman of the show instead of Levi, but she was too deep in between the crevices of Eren's bum cheeks for that. Her character revolved around Eren. Thus, because her whole character revolved around Eren, Ishiyama had to have Eren reciprocate her feelings at one point of the show, or her character would have quite literally been all for nothing. Also, it would feel as if he was leading on fans. The show could have not ended without the reciprocation of Mikasa's feelings. It seems like he just chose a bad time to include it then. He threw Eren's confession in our faces just like how he threw Armin and Annie's relationship in our face. It was rushed as it was saved until the last chapter. And was prioritizing their relationship over the genocide he had just committed supposed to be romantic? It was cringe, uncomfortable, and honestly just sad. Instead of interpreting it as a romantic confession scene, it was interpreted as a low blow to the philosophy of Eren's character. If Ishiyama had incorporated Eren reciprocating her feelings even by small bits throughout the show, the messy confession wouldn't have had to occur. However, Eren never even showed affection toward Mikasa throughout the show. He curved her when she tried to kiss him, he gave her headbutts, and constantly told her to stop treating him like a brother. There was an opportunity for mutual feelings to occur in the 4th season when Eren asked, "What am I to you?" If she had responded with the truth, he may have confessed then, or would have done something to simply show that his feelings are mutual. Then the whining outburst of the confession in chapter 139, which stemmed from it being the first time he vocalized his feelings for her, wouldn't have had to occur in the first place. I refuse to write a conclusion for this. If you guys listen to the end, thank you so much.